yesterday playing golf with a friend, but I was on the golf course with a friend, having a good time, and he mentioned to me about a mutual friend of ours who made a really fabulous presentation about Alzheimer's. And I started thinking about it, and I knew I had the program, so I thought I would call up that friend, Chip Ingram, and ask him would he mind doing the program. He said he would be glad to. And let me just tell you a little teeny bit, a small amount about Chip. Chip is a native of Chirac. He's a co-owner of the Ingram Insurance and Real Estate. I don't guess he minds me saying this, but he's also the older brother of the mayor of Chirac. He's a former Rotarian, and he was in Rotary for 28 years. He's a past president and Paul Ash Fellow. And one other thing I do remember, Chip's a couple years younger than I am, but when we were playing football, when Venezuela was playing Chirac football, he was a much better football player than I ever thought of. He was a good ball player. But anyway, I am very proud to introduce Chip, and he's going to talk to us about, he is proud to be an Alzheimer's advocate, bringing awareness to the devastation of the disease to the patients as well as their caregivers. Please, everybody, stand for a warm welcome to Chip Ingram.
I'll start off by saying I love the song by Diana Ross, Reach Out and Touch Somebody's Hand. Let's make this world a better place if we can. And that's what the Rotarians do. I commend you. Like I said, I was in the club for about 28 years and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But because of certain personal situations, I had to resign.
She's working on right now.
Chip's also the younger brother of Venezuelan and Kathy.
I don't really have to have it, but I would. But today I stand very humble here, and this presentation is not for the attention of myself, nor is it for the attention of my wife, Teresa. It's for the focus and the awareness that should be placed on millions of patients, their families, and their caregivers that are walking through this journey of this awful disease, Alzheimer's. Just like Ricky says, I'm very proud to be an Alzheimer's advocate. It's been a healing process for me, and it's something that's very, very close to my heart. 5.4 Americans currently have Alzheimer's disease. Of these, 80,000 are here in South Carolina. Alzheimer's and dementia is about to become the biggest caregiving challenge of our generation. It's depleting the savings of millions and their families, but the greatest cause of Alzheimer's is not financial, but it's personal. Americans with Alzheimer's have surpassed the cost of treatment for cancer patients or victims of heart disease. And in 2015, this disease depleted Medicaid and Medicare system to the tune of $153 billion. plea to everyone is to write their congressmen and their U.S. senators and tell them how concerned you are about this terrible disease and what it's doing to society. Please plead our government to allocate money for research, and I'm very happy to say that Congressman Tom Rice, he's a vast supporter of Alzheimer's projects. Currently, the government allocates $5 billion for cancer research, $3 billion for HIV/AIDS research, $2 billion for heart disease research, and a mere $580 billion for Alzheimer's research, which is a drop in the bucket. Get these politicians' attention. This thing can strike you, it can strike me, it can strike anyone in your family. Get these politicians' attention and tell them to please support projects for Alzheimer's and dementia and other related illnesses. Please do it. People, they whisper the word Alzheimer's because our government whispers the word. It's time for us to get loud. We together can make a difference for ourselves as well as future generations. But it takes money and it takes research. That's what it took to get a little end in cancer, AIDS, and heart disease. Awareness is the name of the game. Any family member or caregivers that have dealt with this disease, I feel your pain. And I feel your struggle. I pray that someday someone will find a cure or a medical treatment to manage this terrible disease. I pray God will give us all the grace to walk through this time in our lives. Let me begin by saying that I am not an expert on Alzheimer's. And I am not an expert on caregiving. Every person with Alzheimer's is different, but we, the caregivers, all share a lot of the same frustrations, struggles, and the same joys. I'm here today to share my journey as a caregiver with you in hopes that it will bring awareness to this disease and hopefully it will help someone. The title of my journey is Love, Acceptance, and Patience. Love, acceptance, and patience. That's what it's taken for me to become more of an effective caregiver. I'm going to put a face with my story. This is my wife, Teresa. I call her T. T moved to South Carolina in 1989. And in 1994, I was divorced, and I was a single parent with a 12-year-old son. She was divorced and a single parent with a 14 and a 12 and a 10-year-old daughter. We started dating in 1994. At this time, T was struggling. She was working at a preschool and she was struggling financially. And at the age of 39, T was determined to finish her education. She attended Francis Marion University for over 2 years. She sacrificed by going to classes during the day, nights, summers, and ended up graduating with a degree in secondary education. Graduation day at Francis Marion was one of the proudest days of my life. Myself and these kids watched her march across the stage that day. What a great day it was for us. After a 6-year courtship, we got married in 1999. Our marriage had always been full of love, fun, and excitement, which of course a few bumps along the way. And T, she was a 5th grade school teacher for around 15 years and went on to get her master's degree in secondary education. She She was one of the popular teachers that the parents and children wanted to be associated with. She loved her job, and I saw all the passion that she put into it. In 2011, over 6 years ago, T was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. She was 55 years old. She's currently 61. Only 5% of Alzheimer's patients are under 65 years old. Younger onset of Alzheimer's, she's within the 5th percentile, and younger onset of Alzheimer's is much more aggressive. She was forced into retirement. All of this was heartbreaking to her. However, she always has had a strong will. In the early stages of this disease, looking back, there were indicators that something was going on before her diagnosis. Forgetting birthday cards, Christmas presents, and not being as attentive to her school responsibilities. But she has always been very quiet and meek, so it enabled her to disguise what was going on in her mind. So she was able to cover up, doing a lot of covering up, and I had no idea I was dealing with somebody that young with Alzheimer's. Hearing her diagnosis of Alzheimer's, I felt my life had been turned upside down. She was so young and things had been going so well. This couldn't be happening to us. I had never been around many folks with this disease, so I didn't know much about it. I did know that it causes memory loss, and the brain shrinks, and the brain begins to die, and I could only vision the other horrors that were associated with the disease. After her diagnosis in the early stages, she still could function fairly well. She was still driving, she was doing cooking, doing household chores, and I was glad that she was still independent, and I encouraged her. In the early stages of the journey or the disease, I was not in denial, but I just did not want to accept it. I did not understand the disease, and I began to start acting selfish. I was thinking more about me, what this was doing to me, and not thinking as much about her. I was not patient. I began feeling self-centered, which was very uncharacteristic of me. I struggled in so many ways. I could not talk about it. I would just cry. I did not want to read anything about it because I could not accept what was ahead. I started going into a shell. And during this early stage period, the First Presbyterian Church in Chiral was holding an Alzheimer's support group. I knew it was there. I said, I don't want these people to know my business. I was in total denial. So I didn't go. I didn't want to hear the challenges ahead. I look back and I call it selfish and self-centered, but now I understand that I was going through a process that I had to figure out. About 7 months after the initial diagnosis, I wanted a second opinion, so off to the Medical University of South Carolina we go, and it was again confirmed. And the neurologist mentioned, consider getting into a clinical trial. He also said, get the book, The 36-Hour Day, and read it. Looking back, I made a mistake by not getting T into a clinical trial program. I did not get the book 36-Hour Day. I did get the book The 36-Hour Day, and I started reading it, but it scared me to death. I could not accept what was ahead, so I put it down. As a caregiver, I was very, very confused. It was affecting my work, my sleep, and other things in so many ways, and I went to my doctor in hopes that he could help get me balanced. And one day I saw in the paper, the local paper, that Agape Hospice was having an Alzheimer's workshop little country church in Chiron, Bishop Hill Baptist Church. I decided to go. God led me there. It was a small group there, but those that were there, they were so humble, and I realized at that point that I was not alone. The experience at Fisher Hill Baptist Church helped me see the light. I grew up that day. I knew from that day on that how I dealt with it was the only choice I had. And I now had found strength and courage to accept what's going on in our lives and the challenges ahead. I now wanted to be the best caregiver to my loving wife that I could be. I now understand that it is not the person's inabilities, but it is the disease that is taking over them. I now understand that by not being loving, accepting, and patient, then the disease is winning. At this point, I wanted to learn and I wanted to understand as much about this monster as I could. I began reading anything I could get my hands on. But I found that the best source of information was through the Alzheimer's Association. I tapped into allsconnected.org, and now I had a support group. This is a forum that folks who are walking in the same shoes, they're connected. Their posts and comments are non-censored, it's straight talk. In this forum I read practically every day. I do not know what I would do without it. I highly recommend it. Also, the Alzheimer's Association has a hotline that you can call and you can talk to a professional care counselor if you're dealing with this for particular advice. And I have used it. Please support the Alzheimer's Association. They're doing the right things, and I have enjoyed any Alzheimer's walks and forums that I have been able to participate in. By educating myself, I know that I had to take care of myself. I could not neglect my own health, physically nor mentally. What good am I to her if I get down? I exercise, I try to eat right, I meditate, I pray, and I try to schedule some alone time when possible. Having my own time was not easy, but it was vital. For me, I had to adjust, and the above things mentioned do not totally relieve the stress. And being a caregiver for over 6 years, I felt that stress was a normal way of life for me. I just had to watch it and be careful with it, because this disease will do its best to break you down to the core. I lean on others, and I thank God for the support of my family, friends, and I have some very special guardian angels who love T and myself very much, and we love them. Also, I'm very grateful for the support from all of my co-workers. As a caregiver, I also felt alone. I had to work on these things that I could control because I did not want to get depressed. Because of this journey, it has given me the opportunity to connect with new friends and old friends. As a caregiver, I'm determined to help my wife live out her days to her fullest. But through the stages, and there are stages in this disease, I accepted her limitation, and I was very sensitive and very protective of her. I cannot imagine the day-to-day challenges that she has had to face. While T was at home, we walked, we laughed, we joked, we sang. She was so cute seeing, and it made her so happy, and it made me happy seeing her happy. In early to mid stages of the disease, every weekend, we would do something special. We would enjoy going to the malls, movies, plays, and of course, enjoying our families and friends. And this stimulation was helping me as if it was helping her. Keep the person with Alzheimer's stimulated as much as you can. is just so important. During the early stages of this disease, I made sure that I had all my documents in order. Updated my will, durable power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney. I wanted to make sure if I died before her, I wanted to make sure that he was going to be taken care of. I know where this disease is headed. Take care of your business. Don't hesitate if you ever get exposed to this. Now, 3 years into the journey, we're moving into a latter mid and early severe stage. The memory gets worse. More things are getting misplaced. More confusion. Anxiety sets in. And the ability to communicate is going away. The delusions, the hallucinations, and the paranoia start. I'm grateful to our medical team that's been so compassionate towards her and myself. Dr. Shaw and Alice Newsom and Sherrod, as well as her neurologist at Pinehurst, Dr. Bruce Solomon. They administered medications to help control behavioral issues. I communicated well with her doctors. Do not back up, ask your questions. In this stage, in the mid to early severe stage, she was still alive. I was concerned. I knew I had to do something about this, as well as take total control of the financings. It had to be done, and I did it. The risk is too great. I also knew it was not safe for her to be at home all day by herself. I am a small business owner, and I could not be there all the time, so I got companion help to come in the afternoons. This was not as easy as I thought it would be because T showed a lot of resentment toward her companion. Remember, someone with Alzheimer's, their personality, they can change in 5 minutes. They do not want to lose control, even though they are. Do not try to rationalize with them. It only causes more confusion. I kept telling her companion, because her companion was saying, I can't please her. She doesn't like me. I'm going crazy. I says to her, I emphasize her to read, educate yourself. Educate yourself about this disease. You've got to educate yourself. This is not my wife. This is the disease taking over. This is not her. The companion had T doing crafts, volunteering at the food bank, going and visiting patients at the nursing home, and lots of riding. You talk about riding and a steep gas bill at the end of the month, believe me. But that was part of it. Whatever it takes. I'm very grateful to my companions, her companions. Now, over 5 years into this journey, T now is in a very severe stage. She was at home, but having more difficulty performing the activities of daily living by herself. She had to have someone with her 24 hours a day. I had to safeguard the house and do everything that I could to protect her. Don't drop your guard. Don't drop your guard. Her neurologist suggested to me a year prior that I needed to consider placing her in an Alzheimer's facility. I understood what he was saying. However, I emotionally just couldn't let go. I could not let go. So I continued to care for her, making life as happy and fulfilling as I could. However, the stress on me, the caregiver, was enormous. Time continued to go on, and things continued to get worse. I felt at times I was about to have a breakdown, and I knew I did not have a choice but to let go. I had to keep her safe. And I had to take care of myself. 9 months ago, I placed T in the Presbyterian community in Florence. I'm so grateful. For the love and care she receives. She's adopted well, and what a fantastic facility. I have frequent visits with her, and I do everything in my power to make these visits very uplifting. But inside, my heart's broken when I leave her. She's still a very sweet soul with a beautiful smile and interacts now with the residents and staff at Presbyterian. I get like this every time I do this. Sorry. She's unable to call out a name, but they recognize a familiar face. She still has her infectious smile. It makes me feel good to see her beautiful smile, and it makes me happy. I have some peace knowing that she's happy in her own way. I know we have a tough road ahead with lots of tough challenges. I know T appreciates everything that I've done and continue to do for her. During this journey, we still have great memories and consider ourselves to be very blessed. I pray for those with Alzheimer's, and I pray for their family, and I pray for their caregivers. I commend the love and respect that caregivers provide. I can assure you one thing, that the patient, they will never forget what you do for them. Do not feel guilty for the decisions that you may have to make someday on their behalf. They appreciate you doing everything you can to uphold their dignity. And yes, the caregiver does deserve a lot. It's been a privilege to be with you. I know God will give you the strength to get through this journey with love, acceptance, and patience. And I'm going to conclude with a poem that I dearly love. It's called, Do Not Ask Me to Remember. Do not ask me to remember. Don't try to make me understand. Let me rest and know you're with me. Kiss my cheek and hold my hand. I'm confused beyond your concept. I am sad and sick and lost. All I know is that I need you to be with me at all costs. Do not lose your patience with me. Do not scold or curse or cry. I can't help the way I'm acting. Can't be different, though I try. Just remember that I need you, that the best of me is gone, but don't fail to stand beside me. Love me till my life is done. And I pray that nobody ever has to experience this. And I am proud to say that we are in the works of trying to get a support group for Chesterfield and Marlborough County. I think it's very needed. If anybody, I'd like to say I'm not an expert, but I talk to people that are going through this because we're going through the same journey. And if anyone ever wants to talk to me about this, I will be more than happy to just share some other things because it gets down and dirty, I tell you. But thanks for letting me be here with you. I've enjoyed seeing some familiar faces that I haven't seen in a long time. And everybody have a great week.
my ex-wife's family went through twice. So we know how tough it is, especially on caregivers. It is exactly what he said. Word for word, I went through it. So,
Does anyone have any questions they might want to ask Chip? Personal presentation, but maybe someone might want to comment or ask a question.
Chip, do they have any way of predicting how long that person will live?
Early onset, up to 8 years, typically 7 to 8 years. An example of someone, Pat Summer, who was a basketball coach at the University of Tennessee. I remember she was diagnosed about a week after my wife was diagnosed, and she passed away last year. But typically they say 7 to 8 years, sometimes it's less. Carroll County, Governor Carroll County, he had early onset. I think it took him out about 5 years.
You lose quicker with early onset.
I'm finding out that those in the 70s and the 80s, it will plateau. It just seems to move slowly. It's just tough progression. But it's tough on caregivers. It is. Because it's a 24/7 situation. You can't go out and draw. They're not capable of staying by themselves once they get to a certain stage. And like I said, the toughest thing I ever had to do was place, it was the right thing to do. And I've done everything I can do to, continue doing it. But thank goodness I have no kids. I have no kids.
How many patients can they take at first year?
There's a second Alzheimer's dementia unit called the Neighborhood House, and they've got a 14-bed capacity. Very, very good place. Very good place.
Is that at capacity now too?
I'm not certain. There may be one bed or so, but I'm just very pleased with it. And my wife's the youngest one there. She just, that's her home. She doesn't say, get me out of here. I mean, she's just in that severe state.
Is she still mobile?
She's still mobile. She still recognizes me.
Can't call her.
She can't call my name, and she can't even hardly communicate. She can't talk. And her part of her brain that was, that was affected, from the get-go, she couldn't communicate. But the thing about it is, Alzheimer's doesn't come on like flu. She's probably been going through a window of years with this thing that's just building up. And she had a family history. So, it just struck her down at an early age.
Was her family history early onset?
No, sir. Her family was older age, dementia, Alzheimer's.
They have always, I've heard, they've always said that Alzheimer's cannot be diagnosed until after death.
That's correct.
How can you be sure that that's...
They do, MRIs, they did spinal taps, they just, did all the things that they had available to try to, and of course they can see the plaque on the brain. They can see the conformity of the brain was from the images. They're pretty spot on this thing, and she and I have talked about this thing, even we're organ donors, and when she passes, this will be an organ. And it's all about helping other people now. It's all about reaching out and trying to help them.
So as an organ donor, you will donate the brain and they'll do research on it.
They can do whatever they want to.
But that's what they do that.
Yeah, they can, just like she said, the only way you can guarantee this Alzheimer's is through an autopsy. But they're spot on this. But it's no cure. It's no medicine out there. they've got a few medicines, Aricep and Uminda, that can kind of curtail things, works on about 30% of the patients who can curtail them, but high percentage of them. But they're working on it, but it's going to take money. It's going to take the government to realize, to look at the big picture. Every time I have a chance to get in front of a politician, Tim Scott was in Chihuahua the other day, and I was down there with my fucking child, my river. I'm serious about this stuff. Because I'm looking for something good to come out of something bad.
Well, what you did today is good.
I knew Teresa early on because she was looking at housing in Bennettsville when she first came to her first husband work at the land. And then knew Teresa, brought in the girls, and then of course grew up with Chip. And then later, when they got together, we would see each other and it was really easy to remember her name. But she was a good girl. And like I said, hit her real hard at a young age. Thank you for taking to the club as a husband. I appreciate that for coming on up. I have some people like that. Some people like me like that, and I don't realize.
But the caregiver deserves a lot.
That's right.
You know, I love her to the last breath, but I tell you, it's just tough. It's tough. You know, life throws us all over. How do you respond?
How old were her children when was that?
Well, it was 2011, so one was in maybe say 30, early 30s, and another one was in her 20s.
So they're, all the children are adults.
They're adults.
And they're both from Chihuahua.
Yours too.
My son lives in Colorado. But he's a home guy. He's real close to,
He's been a world traveler since he was 18.
How concerned are her daughters about?
that's a good question. The last appointment that with a neurologist that she went to was a year ago. And I was the only, none of her daughters had ever gone on any appointments. And, these are my stepchildren, okay? But I wanted to make sure that they were on the same page and hearing the same things that I was. So one of them went, and the last appointment, and she was asking questions about, the genetic, and he looked at her and says, I understand your concern. I understand your concern. So, if it's in a family, her greatness on both sides of her family. So, her dad's side, my stepdaughter's on her dad's side, on my mom's side,
That's good that they at least pay some attention
yeah.
at that, at the current age.
There's absolutely nothing that they can do to I think exercise is important.